In this video, we will talk about a slightly different form of learning called instrumental or operant conditioning. In contrast to the association between two events, the presentation of the conditioned stimulus with the unconditioned stimulus in classical conditioning, operant conditioning represents the association between the behavior, or the response, to an event. And here, the behavior is considered voluntary based on the consequences out of the event. In operant conditioning, reinforcement means to increase in behavior, and punishment means to decrease behavior. And here, positive and negative doesn't mean good or bad. Rather, positive means adding in a new stimulus, and negative means by removing a stimulus. So for positive reinforcement, increasing behavior can be achieved by adding something desirable, such as eating ice cream, which is adding a pleasant stimulus, for finishing homework and for increasing this behavior, would be considered a positive reinforcement. Now I would like you to pause the video for a bit and think about how might you use operant conditioning in your own life, and whether you can think of ways people have used this type of conditioning on you. Neuropsychologists have identified the neural components of operant conditioning in our brain. They have identified the limbic system and the medial forebrain bundle to be in charge of reward and punishment. And here it contains neurons that produce dopamine. A recent research suggests that dopamine is more involved in the expectation of a reward, rather than receiving the reward. And they found that depressed people tend to be less able to anticipate pleasure or reward. This is a summary on operant conditioning. The presence of stimuli, or what we call positive or negative, will control the operant response. So the response can be reinforcing or punishing. Operant conditioning involves voluntary or conscious choices, and the behaviors tend to be goal-directed. This final slide compares classical and operant conditioning, the two forms of learning that we have discussed so far. In classical conditioning, the learner's role in learning the behavior is passive. But in operant conditioning, the learner's role is active and goal-directed. And among learner's response, classical conditioning's response is considered reflexive and unconscious and automatic. But in operant conditioning, the response is voluntary and involves consciousness. Thanks for watching this video on operant conditioning. In our final video of this unit, we will learn about observational learning.